Hi, my name's Peter Pilbeam. This is a small tour of my home workshop. This particular mill I've had for 40 years. It's a Condia power mill made in Spain. It's basically a copy of a Bridgeport. It had no automatic feeds on anywhere bar the quill, and I have fitted it up with CNC, which I used desk CNC to run, and I made quite a lot of things with the CNC. I'm in the process right at the moment of fitting up a fourth axis. That's the stepper motor, which will go on the end of this shaft here, and I'm going to start cutting gears with it. I've made a lot of parts for work over the years, but now that I'm retired, we're into making models and things like that. It's running a Windows XP, and all the drivers are all from Ocean Controls. The motors are 1750 inch-ounce holding power, so they were the biggest that I could buy. This is an MPG that I bought from Desk CNC or IS Services or something in America, so I can manually control it as an auto. And this will just go through the demo. This is cutting a 52 gear, 52 teeth by 24 DP gear, and it's using this is the A drive to drive this, which you'll see this operate. I'm using a program that I've just purchased called Gearotic, and you can do bevel gears and spur gears, helical gears, timing belts, gears or pulleys, all sorts of things, and all sorts of weird shaped cutters as well, triangular shaped gears and all that sort of rubbish. It's just something to play with. But for a model that we're building, this will be the program to cut the gears. It's got 800 that way, 400 that way, and 400 that way, and I can move the head back in and out about probably 700 or 800, so I can do and I can swivel it backwards and forwards to do very big work. I've got 5 inches on the quill, vertical movement, and a maximum speed of 2,500 revs, and I've used it a lot over the years. I've made lots of things.
What taper does it run? The taper?
The taper in head's 30 International. Some are bought and some like that are homemade. And I turn them all up on the lathe, which is just beside you there. I've got a boring bar there that will bore out to 12-inch diameter. That's huge. Half-inch to 12-inch. Alright, this lathe is a 1966 Takasawa Japanese lathe with hardened beds. It's 4 foot between centres. I guess it's about an 8-inch centre height. It's got a removable piece here, and I've had a 24-inch flywheel off of a Cat 12 grader and machined the bore out in it. It's a very, very accurate lathe. It was actually in the old Repco's tool room many years ago, and I bought the two machines together like 40 years ago, and it's done a lot of work. It's got a 4-jaw chuck, it's got a 3-jaw chuck, and I think that's been on it once in 20 or 30 years, and it's got a faceplate, and I've also got a very nice, that's a small drive plate, and that's a collet chuck, a Pratt Burnett collet chuck, and it has these multi position they go. That one there's 3/4 to 7/8 or 19 to 22 for you metric men. And I've got a whole series of them from about quarter up to, I think it's an inch, and that's very accurate. They're actually got all springs and they close down very neatly. I've used that quite a few times. This machine is all imperial, and I can work either metric or imperial. My vernier is easy, just press a button, but everything I cut all imperial threads and stuff like that on it. I've done a couple of metric threads, but it's not worth the hassle. I've also got the Hercus computer lathe, which is only small. It's probably about 6" by 18", but I can do metric threads on that if I want to. It's just a matter of plugging it into the computer and it just cuts it while you stand there and watch. But this is this weighs about 4 ton. Very, very good machine. After all these years, there's not even a mark on it. That's about it. If you've got any questions, fire them back and I'll endeavour to help.